This is the Conservative Czar, December 6, 2015. I, 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 there's a the issue today about South Korea with the hydrogen bomb. And the important, when you have a discussion of North Korea, there's one thing that is important, and that is that Kim Jung-un is the ruler of North Korea. He is the single ruler of North Korea. The fate of North Korea rests on how he feels when he gets up every morning. And if he feels good, and maybe some good things happen. If he feels bad, there's no telling what will happen on that day. One man, his own dreams and aspirations, independent of everyone else, rules North Korea. And that is at the heart of the problem of North Korea. Is prediction, strategy, all it goes against what one man thinks at any given time. The strategy of the United States and the world has been, well, this is such a bad regime. If we just put pressure on them, it will internally collapse. And that, by the way, that's a strategy that might have a 60-70% chance of success. But that's the rub. There's a chance, a significant number, 10, 20, 30%, that Kim Jong-un will wake up one morning and say what he really needs is a war with South Korea and order his people to attack and drop some nuclear bombs that he's got handy. That's, it's irrational. It doesn't make sense, but that's at the heart of the danger of North Korea. And the strategy of the world has been to treat it rationally, wait for things to get worse, and he'll finally cave in. Now, it hasn't worked through his father, through his grandfather. They've maintained that absolute power. And the time to strike it at North Korea was when the transition of power first occurred. But Kim Jong-un has consolidated his power within North Korea. He's more powerful today than he was 2 years ago. And so, and we have a totally irrational, no, let me restate that. We have a person capable of total irrationality. As I said, he can wake up one morning, decide, I had a dream. Let's start a war, and let's do it. And he can do that, and there's nuclear bombs in his arsenal. That's at the heart of the problem. And the solution of the West is that, well, let's see if it'll collapse. The danger is that it won't collapse, and that he will, in fact, wake up one morning with the idea that he's going to have a war. It's in his personal best interest, delusional. He could get more delusional as time goes on, and he's somewhat delusional already. This is a very, very dangerous situation, country. It might be the most dangerous single flashpoint in the world. A solution, and this is a solution, is he's only going to get more dangerous and dangerous. If we wait another year, he's more dangerous a year from now. He has more nuclear weapons. He has more power. Join with any hard line against North Korea requires the agreement of South Korea. Because here's the reality of this. If there is a war with North Korea, South Korea is going to lose 1 million people. Up to 1 million people, maybe 2 or 3 million people. If their nuclear weapons dropped, it could be more. They're the ones with all the great risk. Now, Japan is starting to feel the heat, but that's still probably 2 or 3 years down the road. That's another kind of side issue. But if this scenario, this bad scenario continues, South Korea might have to make a decision that we have to bite the bullet and use military force against North Korea now. It's only going to be worse later. Now, the United States cannot unilaterally do this because the risk is almost all at this particular time on South Korea and maybe Asia. And again, that's a couple years down the road. But there's come a time when a bullet has to be bitten here. It's only going to get worse the more nuclear bombs he has. He might not even have a nuclear bomb capable of being delivered at this particular time. Are we going to take a chance on it? Maybe we have to. This idea of wait and see, that's a strategy. It hasn't worked at all. And the danger is that he becomes more irrational and more powerful as time goes on. One possible solution is to force it now, have a war, and get it over with. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.